Add one for $1 on these classics.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So, you know, this time of year brings a lot of enthusiasm and excitement because spring is around the corner until you're that person, and I think what 1 in 3 of us probably are, who struggles with allergies around here. This is Dr. Wayne Stevens, who has the Wellness Tree. Good to see you.
Good seeing you too. Thank you for having me here.
This is probably a time of year for you where your door is a revolving one of people coming in to get some alleviation from those allergy problems.
Yeah, I think that acupuncture and Chinese medicine is great for treating allergies, but also at the same time, really wanted to get the word out there that what it can do for people. It can be not just a temporary fix, but even a long-term and hopefully permanent fix with the technique called SAT, which stands for Solomon Auricular Acupuncture Treatment. And what it basically can do is take away people's reaction to the allergen. So they're no longer having symptoms. And then that type of treatment, it only takes a few weeks, few months, but it can almost be permanent.
Okay, so let's give some examples. So before we got on air, we were talking in the studio about this very thing, and I mentioned the Bradford pears will be coming out soon. That is just torture for a lot of people.
Yeah.
If they came to you now, and let's just say that the Bradford pears are at peak bloom in 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know what the timeline is, but let's pretend that that's it. Will they be able to have some relief in those 3 to 4 weeks when they bloom?
Yes, ma'am. The treatment itself to finish it will take longer than that, but they can definitely have some relief.
Okay.
And again, it's just really incredibly simple for people to do that, but it's more than just tree allergens, pollens, weeds, grasses even, molds, gluten, milk. We've done cashews, tree nuts.
So sometimes people think that they are allergic to things, and then they actually are more allergic to something else.
Yes.
If you've gotten allergy testing done in the traditional way,
Yes.
will that be something to bring to you, or do you do your own testing?
Both. It's good to know for people to have like an idea of what they're allergic to, because like you're right. Like maybe you think you have a dust mite allergy, but it's actually a mold allergy or something else environmental. So it's good to be very, very specific. The more specific you are, the better the treatment's going to do for you.
So do your allergies change as you grow? If you have, and like what I'm going to try to get to is, let's say you have a 10-year-old child. Maybe they've missed some school, they have some asthmatic issues or something like that. If they came to you, could you help them, one, even though they're 10?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you do some testing where you see this is your primary problem now, but if you address these other issues as well, you'll be great?
Yeah, we've seen that a little bit more. Well, first off, we do applied kinesiology or muscle testing with basically a vial that has the allergen associated with it. And so in that way, we can tell if your body, how it's reacting to it, because you're gonna be weaker if you're holding this thing. That's number one. Number two, it does seem like that people, as they age, become more allergic to different things. I was just treating a lady yesterday who's probably maybe in her late 40s or something, but she's noticed how her body is shifted to, like, now maybe she's more allergic to soy, and it's causing more inflammation and joint pain that's presenting as rheumatoid arthritis. You know, so I think that if we're able to take care of that soy allergen that she's noticed in her own self, then hopefully it'll also take care of the inflammation and alleviate some of those symptoms from the rheumatoid arthritis, but also like her gut and digestion and all that as well too.
Okay, let me ask you this. You know, you live with yourself for a long time, right? You know your body. Sometimes we'll say, I just don't feel quite like me. I just feel kind of off. And you as the individual person don't know how to define that. You just know it. If they came to you and had a conversation with you, are you able to then kind of try some things and put 2 and 2 together to see if you can clinically figure out what it is that is troubling them?
Yeah, I think now we're going a little bit beyond the SAT and the allergen, But yeah, man, I think that sometimes like people actually say that. Like I just feel off. I don't feel like myself. When that happens, there are a few different treatments that I like to take or do. And one of them would be a back treatment. And we're just doing like in Chinese medicine, it's called the back shu points. It's kind of like clearing. I look at it as kind of like clearing, kind of like resetting. Then sometimes like I like to start off with that one, but sometimes I like to pull people back to their center of who they are, right? And so then I might like to do a more of a face-up treatment with more abdominal points, because the abdomen being the center of your core, the center of who you are. So for sure.
So I mean, really, I know you came in talking about the allergy side of it, and then I took you down this path, but the truth is you can touch people in all different parts of their lives. So if I show people how to get in touch with you, should they go online to make an appointment or call you?
Either way works great. If they go to the website, there's a link to, that should be a link to a scheduling app.
Okay.
But they can also call 423-877-3770.
He makes it very easy for you to get in touch with him and to feel pretty relaxed when you come to see him. He's a good listener too. It's the Wellness Tree down there on Dayton Boulevard, not far from us. 877-3770, ChattanoogaWellnessTree.com. Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Your child could shine as a Local 3 junior forecaster. Wednesdays at 5:30 on Local 3 News. If they love the weather and can read on camera, send a video to juniorforecaster@local3news.com. Presented by Warren and Griffin, your